of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Badhun Das. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and ISO certified international educational and training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community research providing holistic social work and education. We believe there is not effective training is one skill just backward formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and bulk knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can update all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, converse sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to beat their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and promote the education of their abilities and personality. Speaking knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and start them with research and practice method. We must have a genuine concept for the learner to represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP member are committed to offering effective base quality service and confident improvement so that individual who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, we will continue support. We already completed 2044 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, we will continue support. We already completed 2044 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information in enjoy feature with mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you're an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you're a host of IGP, you can download a certificate of gratitude. If you're an online live quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you're selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organizes common support with IGP, you can download that also. You can easily prepare and download 18 times business certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate Global Professional Membership, Certificate Global Influence in the Pandemic, Survey of active knowledge seekers, survey of social activities in the pandemic, survey of achievement IGP knowledge seeking in 2020, 2021 and 2022, survey of participation webinar series 1, authentic assessment in teaching learning, survey of participation webinar series 2. Teaching English as a foreign language and assessment, survey of participation webinar series 3, digital classroom engagement tools, survey of participation webinar series 4. The new trend in education, survey of participation webinar series 5, upskill social leadership and manager skills, survey of participation webinar series 6. Trend and innovation in mathematics education. Survey of participation webinar series 7. Research comprehension approach. Survey of participation webinar series 8. Art in teaching a special program in the art. Survey of participation webinar series 9. 21st century student teaching mathematics. Survey of Ajib corporate ambassador. Survey of Ajib campus ambassador. Which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000+ international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, verification tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our Fitness Stream Services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical problem, we're late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous connection. We solved all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your report for all webinar details. It's a tutorial details to check all button and pages on our website. You like and still be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or you cannot enjoy our service. At present, we are going to share 2045 webinar, which name is Organizational Culture. And today our speaker's name is Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Gupta. He is from India. Before I hand over this stage to our speaker, sir, I'll share a little bit about him. Provost Val Ventures University, Chief Managing Director, Research Foundation of India. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Sir, the stage is yours. You can start your presentation now.
Okay. Hello everyone. This is Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Gupta, Provost World Innovators University and Chief Managing Director RFI. Today we are going to discuss organizational culture. Next, this is the flyer organizational culture. Okay. Next, now the thing organizational culture, how we can define it. An organization is a group of people who work together like a neighborhood association, a charity, a union, or a corporation. You can use the word organization to refer to group or business or to the act of forming or establishing something. Next, the culture can be defined as the ways of life, including arts, beliefs, and institutions of a population that are passed down from generation to generation. Culture has been called the way of life for an entire society. As such, it includes codes of manners, dress, language, religion, ritual, art, etc. Yes. Next, organization culture is the set of values, beliefs, attitudes, systems, and rules that outline and influence employee behavior within an organization. The culture reflects how employees, customers, vendors, and stakeholders experience the organization and its brand. Next, don't confuse culture with organizational goal or a mission statement. Although both can help to define it, culture is created through consistent and authentic behaviors, not press release or policy documents. You can watch company culture in action when you see how a CEO responds to a crisis, how a team adapts to new customer demand, or how a manager corrects an employee who makes a mistake. Next, organizational culture affects all aspects of your business from punctuality and tone to contact terms and employee benefits. When workplace culture aligns with your employees, they are more likely to feel more comfortable, supported, and valued. Companies that prioritize culture can also weather difficult times and changes in the business environment and come out stronger. Next, importance of culture. It improves recruitment efforts. The study shows that 77% of workers consider a company's culture before applying. It improves employee retention. Culture is one of the main reasons that 65% of employees stay in their job. It improves brand identity. Around 38% of employees report wanting to change their job due to poor company culture, and it improves engagement. Companies with a positive culture have up to 72% higher employee engagement rate. Next. Now, in next slide, we'll see how to improve organizational culture. Key ways to improve organizational culture include connect employee work to a purpose, create positive employee experiences, be transparent and authentic, schedule regular and meaningful one-on-one meetings. Most commonly, one-on-ones occur between an employee and their manager to connect on work, career development, and growth. Encourage frequent employee recognition. In next slide, we'll see qualities of a great organizational culture. There are 8 qualities: alignment, the appreciation, trust, performance, resilience, teamwork, integrity, psychological safety. We'll discuss one by one. The first one is alignment to company objectives. Next, every organization culture is different, and it's important to retain what makes your company unique. However, the cultures of high performing organizations consistently reflect certain qualities that you should seek to cultivate. Alignment comes when the company's objectives and its employees' motivation are all pulling in the same direction. Exceptional organizations work to build continuous alignment to their vision, purpose, and goals, as we can see in following figures. In next, a culture of appreciation. The second point, appreciation can take many forms. A public kudos, a note of thanks, or a promotion. A culture of appreciation is one in which all team members frequently provide recognition and thanks for the contributions of others. You can see the various ways, way to go, good job, well done, you are the man, thumbs up, you rock, etc. In next slide, a culture of trust. Trust is vital to an organization. With a culture of trust, team members can express themselves and rely on others to have their back when they try something new. Trust is a set of behaviors, such as acting in ways that depend on another. Trust is a belief in probability that a person will behave in certain ways. Trust is an abstract mental attitude toward a proposition that someone is dependable. Trust is a feeling of confidence and security that a partner cares. In next slide, the performance focus. Performance is key as great companies create a culture that means business. In these companies, talented employees motivate each other to excel. Greater profitability and productivity are the results. Performance is also defined as the action or process of carrying out or accomplishing an action, task, or function. This is planning, monitoring, reviewing, and rating. In our next slide, the resilience. Resilience is a key quality in highly dynamic environments where change is continuous. A resilience culture will teach leaders to watch for and respond to change with ease. Resilience is the process and outcome of successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences, especially through mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility and adjustment to external and internal demands. In our next slide, we discuss encompass teamwork. Teamwork encompasses collaboration, communication, and respect between team members. Next, teamwork encompasses collaboration, communication, and respect between team members. When everyone on the team supports each other employees will get more done and feel happier while doing it. Teamwork is the work done by a group acting together so that each member does a part that contributes to the efficiency of the whole. If we see the team, TEAM, team means T together, E everyone, A achieves, M more. So together everyone achieves more is the synonyms to team. Next, 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 next. Yes, this is team. Then we'll discuss integrity and transparency. Integrity, like trust, is vital to all teams when they rely on each other to make decisions, interpret results, and form partnerships. Honesty and transparency are critical components of this aspect of culture. Integrity is the practice of being honest and showing a consistent and uncompromising, not making or accepting a compromise, adherence to strong moral and ethical principles and values. So, integrity includes honesty, organized, commit, on time, flexible, etc. In our next slide, we'll see psychological safety. Psychological safety provides the support employees need to take risks and provide honest feedback. Remember that psychological safety starts at the team level, not the individual level. So, managers need to take the lead in creating a safe environment where everyone feels comfortable contributing. Next, innovation leads organization. Innovation to get the most out of available technologies, resources, and markets. A culture of innovation means that you apply creative thinking to all aspects of your business, even your own cultural initiatives. Simply put, innovation is about successfully implementing a new idea and creating value for your customers and stakeholders. Innovation starts with a new idea. It could be a plan for an improved product or service. It could be an updated method for running your operation. It could also be a new business model. Next, in our next slide, high performing organizational culture. Now that you know what a great culture looks like, let's tackle how to build one in your organization. What are the dimensions of an organizational culture? Practices, interactions, behaviors, rituals, politics, performance management, career development, rewards and recognition, from a heady mix of attributes that form the culture of an organization. In our next slide, we are going to discuss high performing organizational culture. Creating a great organizational culture requires developing and executing a plan with clear objectives that you can work towards and measure. The steps shows as a roadmap for building a culture of continuity that will deliver long-term benefits across your company. There are 8 points. Excel in recognition, enable employee voice, make your leaders culture advocate, live by your company values, forge connections between team members, focus on learning and development, keep culture in mind from day one, and personalize the employee experience. We'll discuss all these points in detail in our next slides. So these are the 8 points we have discussed. Next slide. The first point, excel in recognition. Next, please. The first point is excel in recognition. Recognizing the contributions of all team members has a far-reaching positive effect on organizational culture. Experts agree that when an organization makes appreciating employees part of its culture, important meetings like employee engagement, retention, and productivity improve. Making recognition part of your culture means it should be frequent, not something saved for milestones or work anniversaries. To nurture organizational culture, recognition should be clearly tied to company values and specific action and supported by leadership. Leadership needs to take center stage in the recognition effort as they are the cultural trendsetters for the entire company. It is so important because it meets a core human need for both the employee and the managers. Meeting this need is a key aspect of a strong company culture because it increases job satisfaction, employee engagement, and retention as well as quality of work. In our next slide, the second point, enable employee voice. It is the way people communicate their views to their employer and influence matters that affect them at work. For employers, effective voice contributes to building trust with employees, innovation, productivity, and organizational improvement, creating a culture that values feedback and encourages employee voice is essential. Failing to do so can lead to lost revenue and demotivated employees. The first, collect feedback using listening tools that make it easy for employees to assess when they are feeling in the moment. Then analyze the results and take action while the findings are relevant. The strengthens your culture and leads to benefits like higher employee fulfillment and greater profitability. In our next slide, we'll discuss point number 3, that is, make your leaders culture advocates. Building a strong workplace culture is in hands of team leaders and managers. If your workplace culture prioritizes certain values and your leadership team doesn't exemplify them or displays behaviors that go against them, it undermines the effort. Team members will recognize the dissonance between stated values and lived behaviors. They may even start to emulate negative behaviors, believing they are rewarded by management. Your leadership team can help build the right culture by prioritizing it an easy aspect of their work lives. This includes openly discussing the organization's culture and values and incorporating employee feedback into their cultural advocacy efforts. So the point number four is live by your company values. Your company's values are the foundation of its culture. While crafting a mission statement is a great start, living by company values means weaving them into every aspect of your business. This includes support terms, HR policies, benefits program, and even out of office initiatives like volunteering. Your employees, partners, and customers will recognize and appreciate that your organization puts its values into practice every day. You can also recognize employees for actions that exemplify your values to show that they are more than just words and incentivize employees to build the value based culture you want to see. So you have to ad- address core values. In our next slide, we are going to discuss forge connections between team members. Building a workplace culture that can handle adversity requires establishing strong connections between team members, but with increasingly remote and text communication, creating those bonds can be challenging. Encouraging collaboration and engaging in team building activities, even when working remote, are two effective ways to bring your team together and promote communication. Look for encourage shared personal interests between team members as well, especially among those from different generations that might otherwise have a difficult time relating to each other. This can create new pathways for understanding and empathy that are vital to improving communication, creativity, and even conflict resolution. In the next slide, point number six, focus on learning and development. Learning and development refers to the intentional and organized activities and processes that business or organizations use to enhance the knowledge, skills, and abilities of their employees. It's a continuous process designed to support an individual and in turn the organization's growth and progression. Great workplace cultures are formed by employees who are continually learning and companies that invest in staff development, training initiatives, coaching, and providing employees with new responsibilities are all great ways to show the team that you are invested in their success. You can see the figure below how L&D, this learning and development, takes place. In our next slide, we are going to discuss point number 7, that is keep culture in mind from day one. When an employee's perspective doesn't match your company culture, internal discord is likely to be the result. Organizations should hire for culture and reinforce it during the onboarding process and beyond. Practices and values should be shared. When hiring, ask questions focused on cultural fit, like what matters to the interviewee and why they are attracted to working at your company. But these questions shouldn't be the sole determining factors when evaluating a candidate. At the best, organizations keep an open mind to diverse perspectives that can help keep their culture fresh. You should also prioritize building social relationships during the onboarding process so that employees have the insight necessary to understand your company's culture and values. These relationships will last throughout the employee's time at the company so that cultural values are mutually reinforced on a continuous basis. The last point, point number 8, next, personalize the employee experience. As modern consumers, your employees expect personalized experiences, so you need to focus on ways to help each team member identify with your culture. Tools like pulse surveys and employee journey mapping are great ways to discover what your employees value and what their ideal corporate culture looks like. Take what you learn and tailor your actions to personalize the employee experience for your team. Once you start treating your employees with the same care you treat your customers, a culture that motivates each individual at your organization is sure to follow. So these are the 8 points we have discussed. Now, what are the different types of organizational culture in our next slide? There are mainly 4 types. The clan culture that fosters a collaborative, family-like environment by valuing commitment, participation, and elegance. The second one is advocacy culture that management responds to urgent problems rather than planning to avoid them. The next one is market culture, emphasizes competitiveness not only between the organization and its market competitors, but also between employees. And the hierarchy culture emphasizes long-term stability, consistent structure, and a shared set of values throughout the entire organization. Next, the culture is of belonging. A, an innovative approach to corporate culture comes from creating a culture of belonging. A culture of belonging embedded in the 4 C's framework. the cooperation, collaboration, contribution, and community. In our next slide, principles of organizational culture. Culture is having a moment, and rightfully so, as Bill pointed out. Culture is the most effective vehicle to energize the large scale change that is necessary to position a company to thrive. The four principles he shared: purposeful leadership, personal change, broad engagement, and focused sustainability. In next, we'll discuss level of organizational culture. Mainly, there are three levels of culture: the artifacts, the visible manifestations of culture, for example, dress code and decor. The level two is exposed value. How an organization explain its culture, for example, official policy and accepted belief. The third one is shared tacit assumptions, the hidden assumptions, values, and beliefs that we can see in this triangle. The next one, the very famous theory is onion theory of organizational culture. The onion model, the image of an onion is often used to describe the different layers of culture. Culture can be broken down into layers. The outer layers are composed of the artifacts and products as well as pattern of behavior. The next layer encompasses the beliefs, norms, and attitudes of that culture. In our next slide, it is a brand's growth. The organizational culture influences the achievement of a brand's growth and interpersonal relationships among all those involved with it, such as employees, suppliers, and customers. The search for results in an organization involves financial, strategic, and operational aspects, but organizational culture is a central matter that many companies experience difficulties aligning. Next, we'll discuss in next slide factors of cultural change. There are six agents of cultural transmission and change: family, school, religion, media, leadership, and the law. In our next slide, an organization is a living culture that can adapt to the reality as fast as possible, told by Abdi Osman Jema. Finally, cultures are dynamic. They shift incrementally and constantly in response to external and internal changes. So, trying to assess organizational culture is complicated by the reality that you are trying to hit a moving target. But it also opens the possibility that culture change can be managed as a continuous process rather than through big shifts, often in response to crisis. Likewise, it highlights the idea that a stable destination may never, indeed should never, be reached. The culture of the organization should always be learning and developing. These practices provide the kind of holistic, inside views of organizational culture that is needed by leaders in order to truly understand their organization. The difficulty in conceptualizing organizational culture is due to the fact that there is not a single definition for it. Still, it is possible to understand it is the manifestation of the company's values in practice. According to the Business Dictionary, the organizational culture includes the expectations, experiences, and philosophy of the organization, as well as the values that guide the behavior of the members and are expressed in its self-image, internal functioning, interactions with the outside world, and future expectations. Therefore, organizational culture involves actions in the work environment, the formal and informal rules followed by teams, beliefs, customs, habits, vision, values, norms, symbols, language, physical structure, among other elements that make the company what it is. In our next slide, an organizational culture is expressed by the people involved in its processes, especially the employees, and not by formal rules or by what the company would like it to be. Culture can be understood as the set of elements that determine how a business works in practice. The culture is not defined only by what the company preaches in its manual and values, but what it exercises in daily life with employees, managers, customers, suppliers, and society in general. In our next slide, we'll discuss why is organizational culture so important. Human resource management is one of the most important aspects of a company, but also the most difficult to manage. The goal of organizational culture is to assist in these processes, directing internal relations and allowing employees to follow a common path. Thus, it must be seen by managers as a resource that contributes to achieving the established goals both for the team and for the business as a whole. If a company aims to be at the forefront of its industry, for example, it must innovate, takes risks, and provide conditions for these changes to take place based on everybody. As we have discussed earlier, also the culture is a brand. By making strategies, branding, and process for transformations feasible, the organizational culture affects everyone involved, from the employees themselves to external agents who interact with the brand, such as suppliers and clients. A misalignment between the proposal and reality makes it more difficult to reach the business goals as the actions carried out daily so against what the company proposes. The importance of organizational culture is recognized by managers and employees alike. Organizational culture is the foundation of success in any business.
Sir, I can't hear you. There is no voice from your side. Sir, there is no voice from your side. We can't hear you. Can you hear me, sir? If you hear me, please rejoin with us. We can't hear you. Sir, we can't hear you. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, we can't hear you.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, now I can hear you. Please
Yeah.
continue.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 So, different currents in the field. I can repeat this slide. Due to the difficulty of aligning organizational culture with reality and business objectives, it is essential that managers know the different currents in the field. It is important to keep in mind that there are no proposals considered right or wrong, but strong or weak. Additionally, this depends on how closely the proposal is aligned with the actions taken. Companies with stronger cultures are also those considered to be more successful as they manage to develop their strategy more efficiently. In our next slide, we will discuss people culture and market culture. A people focused culture values horizontal structures where people are the most valuable assets of the organization. Value is associated with how business and interpersonal relationships with employees, customers, and society are conducted. Although it also values these relationships, market culture is focused on generating results with attention to competition and the execution of activities. The next slide, potential barriers to organizational cultural change. Next, please. Yeah, while introducing organizational culture change, it can be a complex and challenging process, and there are several potential obstacles that may encounter. Some of the key challenges are resistance to change, lack of leadership buy-in, inadequate communication, limited resources, difficulty in measuring resources, system and progress, and lack of sustained effort. Now I'll discuss number one, resist change in our next slide. One of the biggest challenge of the cultural change is overcoming resistance. For a lot of people, they can fear change, and the workplace is no exemption from intercultural, therefore, they may be reluctant to adopt values or practices. Now, how to counter this would feel about few cultures, new cultures introduced to the company. If they are unsure, they would want to see introduced. And the second point is the lack of leadership buy-in. Next, please. The next slide, culture change must be championed by leaders at all levels of the organization. It can be difficult to successfully implement change. Now, how to counter this? Ensure that all leaders are on the same page beforehand, and you have a strategy in place that already exact set the leaders. Next, the point number three is inadequate communication. Next slide. Next, please. Inadequate communication. Point number three. Effective communication is critical to successful culture change. And if communication is unclear, inconsistent, or inadequate, it can hinder progress. Poor communication often occurs when there is a discrepancy between what one person says and what another person hears. In other words, the person being communicated to misunderstands what you are trying to tell them. So there is no mutual understanding. Now, how to counter this? Get your internal communication up to scratch. Get all the information available for all employees. Also, don't just spring this up on them when the change comes into effect. Get them excited and do a countdown. Give them something to look forward to. You can see the figure below, the inadequate communication, a good example. Now, next slide, the limited resources. Next, please. Yeah, the cultural change can require significant time, effort, and resources. And if the organization lacks the necessary resources, it may be difficult to make meaningful progress. Limited resources means the basic conditions of nature, which means that the quantities of available labor, capital, land, and entrepreneurship used for the production of a goods and services are finite. It means that the economy has only so many resources that can be used at any given time to produce goods and services. Now, how to counter this? Make sure you have everything in place to ensure a smooth transition from the old to the new. Any bumps in the road could give employees reasons to worry. The next point, next please. Difficulty in measuring success. Culture change can be difficult to measure and evaluate, which can make it challenging to demonstrate the impact of the change and identify areas for improvement. There are several common challenges to performance measurement, which range from inefficiencies in data collection to variability in data collection to barriers in organizational culture, IT systems, economic pressures, and competing priorities. Now, how to counter this? Speak to your employees before the culture change and after gain. This will give you better understanding on what is working and if there are any more improvements to be made. Next, please. Incompatible system and process. Sometimes the existing system and processes within an organization can be incompatible with the desired culture change, which can make it challenging to implement the change effectively. Incompatible systems and processes can be incompatible can make it difficult for parts of an organization to work together. Now, the remedy for this: make sure that everything is working and issues will cause your employees not a one-time. How to conduct this? Allocate time each month to look at the culture at your company. Make sure this is a priority and ensure this is evaluated to make those necessary changes. Next one. Next, please.
Sir, we can't hear you. Hello, sir, we can't hear you. Hello, sir. Sir, we can't hear you. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Now I can hear you. You can continue.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So it is cultural transformation. A company's culture is influenced by its employees, market, customer needs, technological progress, and other elements. This makes it challengeable and prone to transformation. The ability to incorporate changes and new elements into the internal culture is one of the biggest challenge for companies, as it this factor that makes it durable in the long run and really strong. Next one. The main challenge is negative behaviors in our next slide. Negative behavior, just as recruitment is important for the company to have employees with compatible values, it is essential to monitor negative behaviors to cut them. For example, if a professional is rude to colleagues without the company taking action, this becomes the leveling of what is accepted. Next. The next is values, professionals, and business goals. Next, please. Next. In our next slide, values, professionals, and business goals. Preventing employees with inappropriate behavior from becoming the benchmark for others is also a challenge and should be the goal of a conscious and active leadership. Thus, it is clear that organizational culture has a central role and must be defined based on values, professional, and business goals. Thus, it becomes an important ally in fulfilling the brand's mission, providing more solidity and results. Next. So, this is all about today's discussion. If any question is there, you can ask, or you may contact through mail or this
Thank you so much, sir, for a rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, session. Now, sir, it's time for question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a readiness certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a readiness certification and online quiz competition. participant, dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP in the comment as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. So our first question is from Kingbay. Sir, do we say organizational culture is the ability to change the collaborate, or we say it is experience and expectations?
Yeah, it is the ability to change. We can say organizational culture is ability to change our organization, and it can enhance the brand value. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So there is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, sir. Take care. Honorable sir, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP knowledge question for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge question for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next with the learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail to retake the course, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next with the learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail to retake the course, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge, it is time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change the process for online quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now, online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.edioigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button or give a link. Find the session name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. session. Right now, first question is organizational culture is organizations. Option 1, ability to change and collaborate. Option 2, expectation and experience. Option 2 is the right answer. No one is correct here. Our second question is organizational structure is true taken as organizational culture is true. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 75% people are right here. And next question is organizational culture is option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 88% people are right here. Our next question is organization culture only affect those within an organization. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 80% people are right here. Our next question is option organization culture. Option 1, verbal and emotional expressive. Option 2, shared benefit, attitude, values. Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is organizational culture influence organizational structure. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is every organization has organizational culture. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our eighth question is organizational culture affects organizational climate. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 81% people are right here. Our second last question of the session is every organization has organizational culture. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 88% people are right here. Our last and final question of the session is organization culture. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 81% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in your top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of first session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy, stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal on a people also. But understand. Before I say or hit the alert button, again wants to thank all IGP Knowledge Seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.